3 members of a U.S. Marshals task force and a Charlotte police officer were killed as they attempted to serve a warrant to a convicted felon. For several hours Monday, the community remained in the grip of a very tense and dangerous situation. CBN's George Thomas has the details.
It's the whole force coming.
It was one of the deadliest attacks on U.S. law enforcement in decades. 8 officers shot, 4 of them died.
It was like pow, 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 pow. And then by the time I could turn in, pow, 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 pow.
Monday afternoon near Charlotte, North Carolina.
He just said 4 cops got shot. Yeah, they did. Oh my.
Officers with a U.S. Marshals Service task force attempting to arrest a felon wanted for illegally possessing a firearm encountered the suspect in his front yard with a gun.
Shots fired at officer, possibly 1 down. Correction, 2 down, subjects barricaded themselves.
When they approached that individual, they were met with gunfire. Officers returned gunfire and struck the victim.
As officers moved closer to the house, they encountered more gunfire.
As officers approached that individual, they then received additional gunfire from inside of the residence.
Police immediately cordoned off the area just east of Charlotte, deploying SWAT teams, police helicopters, and a swarm of local law enforcement, all with guns drawn surrounding the home.
I stepped outside my door, police were running by, and then ambulance started coming in, and they were just going everywhere.
Neighborhood schools were placed on lockdown.
We were at the track, and we could hear a lot of gunshots.
Police descending in from all directions, even having to use a neighbor's home as cover.
They used one of our bedrooms to set up a U.S. Marshal sniper in just to get a point.
The standoff ending more than 3 hours after the attack began, with SWAT teams using armored vehicles to ram into the home. 3 members of the U.S. Marshals task force were killed, among them a deputy U.S. Marshal. A woman and a 17-year-old male who had barricaded themselves inside the home were arrested.
The families of these officers who've lost their lives this afternoon are in shock and despair.
A 4th officer, Joshua Iyer, who had been with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department for 6 years, also lost his life.
He's survived by his wife, Ashley, and his 3-year-old son, Andrew. We'll always be indebted to Officer Iyer for his bravery and his sacrifice for this profession.
4 other officers were also injured.
Today we lost some heroes that are out to just simply trying to keep our community safe.
George Thomas, CBN News.